Hello and welcome to episode 38 of the Perfect Tower 2. Yes, we did indeed reach 10 billion infinities in one very long run. You see how smoothly the image moves in that title screen. Well, it was going 1 frame per second and the behavior of the game was pretty strange and I was freaking out. I especially at one moment that I want to share with you. So let's get started with the run and see what happened after, how much money I made, etc. This is the beginning of this very ambitious run, and I don't know how many times I thank those two during this series, but I want to thank Buddy Boy and Alvar GD for supporting me during this crazy run that will last multiple weeks. So make sure that it works. First of all, I will have to have the right settings. No sound is obvious, but also I'm gonna go windowed 120 FPS, not unlimited, and dynamic rendering, make the window as small as possible, minimize it to reduce stress on my machine, okay? So I chose region 11 Nightmare just in case I changed my mind, and I did. My goal was to reach 100 billion infinities, but I decided to stop at 10 billion. But I told myself, if I go here at least, I'll make a lot of resources if I decide to cancel the run at any time. And the game saves itself on the cloud, so if it crashes, I should be able to keep that money. I start at era 0 and will naturally roll over into era 100 billion, but I missed it. I wish I could show you that. In fact, I missed it by a lot. The reason why I do this is to maximize wave acceleration, but it happened too quick. So there's a way. It should have taken 300 or 400 hours of wave acceleration. I can de-level my modules. So I had 35 quadrillion wave acceleration factor, which is close to 100 times more than I ever got. But I should have had more acceleration factor. It's one of the reasons why my run became slow. Also the choice of level, because I'm not using a blueprint downloaded from Discord. It's my own blueprint, so I don't make as much DPS. This is scientific notation for you, just in case. And we'll see how much money I have before I enter into infinity and after, and it's totally worth it. I mean, still 10 billion infinities in region 11, made a ton of cash, and I'll show you how I spent it. Will I try again for 100 billion? Maybe, but it would be in region 1 easy. That's where Alvar GD told me to go, recommended that I go, but I chose this one because I wasn't sure if I really want to spend maybe 800, 900 hours. It's very long, you'll see. But at one point I realized I wanted 10 billion so I can multiply by 10 in my mind, see how much time. So let's remember 263 hours. Look how many infinities I'm getting. It's going pretty fast, but you gotta think that I need to reach 100 billion. It's nonsense, it's too slow. So 170 hours later, that would mean it would be 1700 hours. Makes no sense at all, so I decided to stop. I got 5.94 E78. Now something's going to happen. As you can see, by the way, you see the mobs, they reach my tower. I don't have enough DPS, okay? Something's going to happen, and I will freak out when I finish the run, okay? And I'll put a timer, and I want to share with you the amount of time it took for the game to load. So I was convinced the game freeze. I was willing to stay there for minutes, but no, it did not freeze. It just took a while to process all this XP I got. So let's take a look at how much, well, you know how much money I have, so what I'm going to do with that money. And we'll talk about my blueprint in the conclusion, okay? In the conclusion. And I'll explain everything to you regarding my blueprint. Okay. Maybe you're curious to see what I'm using, right? Maybe. So I have 301 skill points. So I had to take some time to spend it, without showing myself thinking. So I spent it on resource drops, total damage, crate factor because I know I'm going to do some trading for sure, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Alright. Doesn't take too long to burn 301 points, but anyways I did. Here I ran out of money. I'm gonna have to switch back to normal notation because I'm looking at the tokens. I want to do a super run in adventure mode one of these days. So here we're gonna put 25% of all our funds in the arcade with adventure mode in mind. As you can see though, I'm only using 1/1000th of what I put, but it's still the most I ever wagered in that game. Okay, that's because I want to put a lot in adventure whenever I'm gonna decide to do a run. I got a 277,000 tokens, and by the way I got all the cards now. Everything's unlocked. The only place where something's not unlocked is adventure mode. I need more skill points, and there might be a secret item also, maybe. You see the bottom right? So there's a muzzle there. We'll see in the future, but it's not for right now. I don't know what I'll do for next episode. I need to think about it, okay? Anyways, I got all the cards. I think I'm gonna scroll down. I was pointing to a card I don't have, seemingly. Well, it says 264 out of 270. That's because there's going to be a new boss in MT15. Okay, factory. Something interesting is going to happen towards the end of the video. So we got 1 million exotic gem producers, and I'll be able to upgrade my mass generation with all the money that I made. Just gotta be careful how much I spend. So let's go upstairs, okay, and let's put some resources in there. I gotta keep in mind also that I want to do a lot of trading. I'll be able to get a lot of crates. So let's upgrade our auto mass generation, and you can tell it makes a difference in the speed at which I create my e-gem producers. I did not go any further than this for now. We'll go a little further later in the video. For some reason I decided to pick up the rubber, although I don't need it. Alright. Having so much resources will enable us to do something really amazing. I'll be able to drive the price of canceling era powers to 0 XP everywhere. And you know how the first one is the original price and then second one is a multiple of the first one? Well, because everything will be at 0, guess what? If I go in impossible difficulty anywhere, or if I go in the region 15, doesn't matter how many elements there are, everything costs 0. So I can, right at the beginning of era 1, cancel all the era powers of all elements for free. Amazing. It's going to be very significant. I can't wait to see the effect, the long-term effect of this, because one of these days I'd like to be able to do well in Chaos Impossible. It's very difficult, but one of these days I'll give you a run. I did reach infinity, of course, many episodes ago, but to really dwell into infinity, I'm having trouble right now, so this is going to help a whole lot. I don't know why I went to the museum, but I'll go back, because now I want to distribute resources everywhere to begin trading. But also look at a few things on the way. For instance, here, let's take a look at the progress I made, because my workers have been working. Look at that. They've been working in the mine. These are my bonuses. Okay. And we'll go on the shipyard also. I just put 10% of what I have, and we'll do a lot of trading and get a lot, as I said, a lot of crates. MT15, I don't know when it's gonna come out. Arcade, I don't need to, I think, no. Laboratory, I was not supposed to go in laboratory, but at the end of the video, I'll do a little something. Okay, here, I decided to check out the upgrades, because I'm rich now. So let's see if I can max out things. It seems like I might be able to do that. So let's take a look. I got E72. I can put more if I want to. We'll see where I stand in terms of milestones also. So yes, we'll max out everything in the shipyard. Nice. Alright, and let's take a look at milestones. Of course, the most important one for me was Sea Bear. Okay, increased resource drops from enemies. But there's 2 more to get, so I'm not sure how great they are, but still. Why not? One of these days I'll get them. Okay, so next, trading post, we'll go there soon. Workshop. Did I not show experiment? Yes, I did. Yeah, there's something I could do also. Check this out. Click, click, click there, click, click there. Try to increase 1470. I mean, it's gonna take forever for each element. Doing all this clicking, I'm not sure I feel like it. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. And there's going to be a lot of clicking around here as well. Check this out. The buildings, I click here, finish. Click here, finish. And so on. Here I'll do it though. And it won't be as long. But I'll do it without recording after the video is done. I gotta fight bosses too. I keep delaying this. Alright. So crates. I think this is where I'm going to switch to normal notation because I'm really used to normal notation for many things, including crates. So let's go in named. See how much I have. Let's go. So 161 quadrillion, okay? The only thing I'm not going to trade is normal resources and arcade resources. The rest I'll trade them all. But look how much I get for each trade compared to what I had originally. I started at 160 QAs. I'm already, you know, in the 400s, so it's pretty crazy. So this is a fast forward of it. And a while later, look at that. 2 quintillion. So I multiplied it by 10. And these are my bonuses. Amazing. I was very happy with that. Okay. Now this is the final clip of the video and look at that. All I had to do is click once more and I max out my mass generation. I am not happy that there is a maximum. 1.7 million by the way. I'm not happy that there is a maximum. This is as fast as it's gonna go. Laboratory, check this out. See what's going on right now? I said, oh no, this experiment is gonna take so long, but I have a worker assigned now. A viewer told me now we can assign a worker, so whoever you are, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Look at that, 10 billion in region 11. Yeah, nice. Was there anything else? No, I don't think so. Now we're gonna talk about my blueprint. If you want my blueprint, there's a link to our Discord and you can DM me and I'll give it to you. You might be wondering, why is he not showing it to us right now? That's because of episode 34, Infinity Forge. This episode is full of spoilers, and the Infinity Forge is kind of a sacred thing in the Discord community, and I fully respect that, and I promise in that episode to avoid spoilers as much as possible. The only way I can show you my blueprint is by going into the Infinity Forge and doing all sorts of manipulations that will take forever. If you want a blueprint, I recommend that you go on Discord and just download it. It's going to be better than what I have. Mine keeps changing. One person asked me once, gave it to him, but now it's different already. I'll need to adjust it for my next super run, but in fact I'll always adjust it based on the region I'm in, so I'll give you a general description of it at the very least. My favorite element is nature, okay? That's the core damage. But of course for region 11, I had 2 muzzles, one that I had increased damage against neutral and one against universal. I forgot the names because I rarely use them. Then I use armor based on the element found in a given level. If there's not too many elements, I don't need that much armor, right? That means there's extra space. Then I'll go with fire damage, fire breath, fire splash, things like this. If there's light, I use photosynthesis. You notice that I use active muzzles, right? I use Super Tower 2, Super Tower 3, and Super Multi-Shot. That's the core of it. The other muzzles, I'm gonna have to modify them because my DPS is too low. Especially if I want to do another run of the kind and really go all the way. I'm not sure what I'll do yet. I keep tweaking it, you know. So that will be it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.